This One Punch Man deck revolves around using Garou and the Monster Association to power up red cards, but is it strong enough to take on Saitama? Well, let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mobby here, and today I'm going to be giving you my personal deck profile for this red One Punch Man deck that revolves around Garou. Make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps out the channel. I upload daily duels and deck profiles for different anime TCGs. Alright guys, here we go. This is going to be a complete breakdown of every single card and how the game plays, how the deck plays. If you just want the deck list, I recommend you pause the video, head on over to my website. There you can see every thing we put up there, proxies, deck profiles for anything Union Arena, One Piece, etc. So let's talk about the game plan. So this is all about using Garou as pretty much the only raid source in this deck I'm using, and you want to put a lot of cards in the sideline. There's increments of 5, 10, and 15 that powers up a lot of cards in here. So yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of milling in the deck. These are the action points that I'm using. Kind of fitting, right? Looks pretty cool. Alright, let's jump on into every single card, starting with this Garou. So this is a typical 0 cost with no power. However, activate one character, switch it to active, which is your trigger. It's pretty decent. Usually a lot of 0 cost cards are 1500, but because this one doesn't get added to your hand, it instead helps your board sustain a little bit more. It's a nice 2000 attacker. And once again, this is your only raid source character in the deck. 4 of these. Next off, we have these Tereos. So these are 0 cost, 500 BP. The ability is activate main, switch to resting, and then you sideline this card. Add up to one Garou type character from your sideline to your hand. So this deck revolves nothing with Garous, and obviously Monster Associations to help buff it up. This is one of those cards that will help you out. This is a really great card to just put in, like when you're opening hand, you want to just put this on the energy line, and then later on when you're really powerful Garous, your 5 and 6 costs, they get totally messed up. You can go ahead and trash this and add the other one back on top so you can get it in a future draw. Running 4 of these because it's really important that you get your Garous out. Now we have these Gyoro. This is the first of the Monster Association cards that we're seeing. So when played, you're going to look at the top card of your deck, then place it to the top or sideline. Now, unless you find on the top and you reveal it, it's a really strong Garou deck, a Garou card that you're going to want. You're most likely going to want to trash it because, once again, the goal is to have a lot of cards in the sideline. 2000 attackers. So yeah, you have this really weak one here, but you have really nice 2000 attackers to help you at the beginning of the game. So with 3 of these here, we have a total of, let's see, we're running 11 0 cost. Moving on over to our 1 cost, another Monster Association card, Phoenix Man. This is a 1 cost. When played, look at the top 3. You can grab a Garou or Monster Association, add it to your hand, then trash one. It's actually really good. You get to really grab one of your really key cards of the deck, then you get the trash one, filling up the sideline. Strong card, on trigger, add it to your hand, 1500. So not the best frontliner, but hey, it's just a really good support card. Moving over to our 2 drops, we have Hellfire Flame, another Monster Association card. If this character is active, it gains another energy, making it 2 total, 2500 attack. Pretty nice and basic 2+ costs. So yeah, in this deck, your highest, I think, was a 6. It's a 6. So you're gonna need a lot of energies in the backline. Even though this is a red deck, you want to be aggressive. The aggressiveness here is filling up the sideline. Filling up the sideline. That's your aggression. And then once you get enough, you really wreak havoc, right? Running 3 of these. Another 2 cost coming up. It's a Garou. Garou can be grabbed by Tereo from the trash, or of course grabbed by Phoenix Man. Just keep that in mind for any Garous that we talk about going forward. So when played, place up to 2 cards from the top of your deck into your sideline. Once again, filling up the sideline, filling up the sideline. This is your 4 colors of the deck. The trigger is choose a 2500 BP and sideline it, 3000 power. So it's a pretty decent card. Running 4 of these. Next up, we have our first Garou that actually benefits off having cards in the sideline. Let's talk about this. This is a 3 cost. So this character gains all the abilities below if you have the required number of cards in the sideline. So it's again 5, 10, and 15. 5 or more, 500 BP, 3000. 10 or more, 500 more, 3500. 15 or more, 500 more, making it a 4000. The kicker here is the when played. You may also pay 1 AP when you play this card. then choose up to one of your characters frontline equal to BP or less, then this character and sideline it. So when you play this straight out without any cards in the sideline, you can KO 2500 potentially. When 1500 or more, you can KO a 4000 or more. So yeah, it's a card that adds itself to the field. You have to pay 1 AP to KO something. So it's a really nice card. Also, it's a 2 energy, so you can use it for more energy or, you know, save it for a KO card. So versatility here, great card. The trigger is drawing 1 card for these guys. Now we have these Garous. So this is a pretty basic one. 3 costs. During your turn, this character gains 1000, making it a 4000 attacker, 3000 blocker, yet another card with +2 energy. Yeah, you need a lot of energy in this deck. So running 3 of these. Moving on over to our stage, or site rather. This is the Monster Association. So activate main, switch to resting, place the top of your deck into the sideline. Really good card for that. Activate main, switch to resting, sideline, grab a Garou or Monster Association from your sideline on top of your deck. So basically it's like a mid-game Terreo. Well, this one only grabs a Garou. This is a Monster Association and a Garou, but mostly you're gonna grab the Garous. And the ones you want to grab are probably these 4 drops, these, and these 6 drops. That's pretty much your win condition, so you're gonna want these. So you play these really early and use it as many turns as you can to go ahead and you know, rest to trash stuff on top, and yeah, even more energy. A lot of energy in this deck. Okay, now for your 4 finals of the deck. Monster Cells. When activated, choose up to 2 of your AP cards, switch into active. The trigger here is your basic finals. If this is your last card, you get the heal one. 3 costs. 4 of these. Now, moving on to our 4+ costs. This one, I might remove this, but I'm giving it a try. This is Centauro. Is that how you say it? Anyway, it's a Monster Association card, so it can be searched by Phoenix Man. If on the front line, the number of cards you can place onto your front line is reduced by 1. So if you put this on the field, you have 3 only you could put down. If you have 2 of these, you can only have 2. But if you have 15 or more cards in your sideline, this character gains 2 damage. And the awesome thing is this character has a baseline of 4500. So if you're able to just play this straight out, it's gonna go unrested, obviously, but 4500 blocker, that's pretty freaking good, dude. And if you have 15 or more, damage. So yeah, this character has really good, really bad. It's interesting. The trigger here is you can go ahead and activate somebody and give him 3000 BP till the end of the turn. So it's a card that some people might end up using. I'm trying this out with the inclusion of 2. Next off, we have more of your game-winning cards. Garou. 4 costs. The character gains abilities depending on how many cards you have in the trash. 5, 10, and 15 again. 5 or more. When attacking, look at the top card, leave it there, or trash it. Which, if you only have this one using it, it'll help you get the rest of these. 10 or more, this gains Nullify Impact. 15 or more, this character gains 2 damage. The trigger here is active 3000, 1 character. Attack is 4000. It's a pretty solid card. 4 of these. Now, we're going to talk about your 4 specials of the deck. This is a 5 cost but 2 actions. If Garou is on the field, reduce the AP by 1, making it a 5/1. Then you get to choose up to 1 character 5000 or less on your opponent's frontline and KO it. Then you get to choose 1 Garou on your field. It gains if your opponent sidelines this character using a special ability this turn, then they add the special to their hand instead. So basically, you are using it to protect your Garous on the field for this 1 turn that you are attacking this, because you can only pretty much use it on your turn for this effect. Meaning, if you end up hitting your opponent and they do a special trigger, if they hit the Garou that you have specifically protected, they just keep it in their hand until next turn. So that's how it works. The trigger here is a special. Go ahead and KO 1 opponent's frontline character. And for the final card of the deck, Garou. So once again, this deck is all about sidelining. There are stuff for bringing back from the trash. Remember, you have these Monsters Associations, and you have these Terreos, just in case you sideline or your opponent KOs a lot of these 6 drops Garous. So raids on Garou, 6 costs. This character gains abilities depending on how many cards are in the trash, 5, 10, or 15. With 5, when attacking, draw a card, hand advantage, pretty nice. 10 or more, this character gains 500 in impact, making it a 4500 attacker and blocker permanently. then 15 or more cards in the sideline. This character gains 500 more, and once per turn when this character attacks and it is not blocked, switch it to active. So this character is potentially a straight 5,000 attacker, a blocker with impact and potential double attacking. Very strong. Add raid though, you can go ahead, the trigger is added to your hand or raid if you can. So in this deck you really want to have a lot, you really want to have as much energy in the backline as possible, so when you do get these cards, which is your win conditions, you can go ahead and use it if it pops off of a trigger or not. So this deck's okay. I feel like it just has way too many scenarios where you're like, okay, I just don't have the 6-drop Garou. These guys are pretty weak going in. So if you want to make a pure Garou deck, I think this might be what you want to do. However, you might end up wanting to do a little bit of mixing with the other raid cards in this deck, in the red archetype here. However, some of them are just a little counterintuitive. Like some require you to remove something from the sideline back into your deck, or you remove it in general. While this one, you want cards in your sideline in all time. So it's a little back and forth of what is the correct balance of just having too many cards that rely specifically on Garou and stuff. So this deck is a little 50-50 on whether or not I think it's good. It's gonna need more testing, but yeah, your huge cards are gonna be these Garous and basically these 4-cost Garous with sometimes your Centauro, because 2 damage here, 2 damage here, and some impacting. So it's a decent deck. I still think probably one of the best decks. Well, I'll talk about it, which I haven't brought it up yet. It's probably going to be the green Saitama decks. I think that's really strong in the One Punch Man set. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, head on over to my website if you guys want to see every deck profile more, and you can download all these proxies yourself. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.